Women's lacrosse is played on a field 120 yards long by 65 yards wide. Goals are placed at the end, 10 yards from the edge of the field. The goal stands 6 feet tall by 6 feet wide. Surrounding each goal is a circle, 13 feet in diameter. Also extending from each goal is an 8-meter arc and a 12-meter fan. In the middle of the field is a center circle that is used for draws after each goal is scored. Halfway between the center circle and the goals on each side are restraining lines, which stretch from sideline to sideline.
Each team has 12 players, usually in a configuration of 1 goalkeeper, 3 attackers, 5 midfielders, and 3 defenders. Each player is equipped with a stick. The pocket of the stick is relatively shallow, unlike in men's lacrosse. This makes the ball easier to dislodge. Besides the stick, the women also wear protective eye gear and a mouth guard. The object of the game is obviously to score more goals than your opponent. Now let's go over the skills.
Before you start practicing or playing, it's always important to warm up first. Warming up helps raise the temperature of your body and your muscles so they'll be ready to exercise and prevent injuries. Warming up also increases your heart rate, gets more blood and oxygen flowing to your muscles, and prepares your body to burn more energy. When you stretch, make sure you're doing it properly. Keep breathing during your stretches. Proper breathing will always make sure your muscles get the oxygen they need during stretching. Make sure you stretch both sides of your body equally. It may be natural to focus on your dominant side, but you should always focus on stretching your muscles equally.
The first thing we are going to teach is cradling. You need to cradle the lacrosse stick just above your shoulder and then close to your body. This will keep the stick protected and in position for a quick pass or shot. Be sure to keep your top hand tight on the stick. This will prevent the ball from falling out of your stick.
Throwing the ball is one of the main skills you need to know in lacrosse. When it comes to a basic throwing motion, it's important to always get the stick up. Next, flatten the stick over your shoulder to provide some leverage. Really use the bottom arm here to get a good pull. Next, you want to turn to have a good pull on your strong side. Meanwhile, your throw should be a little bit diagonal. This will allow you to use the power of both arms. On a good throw, the stick is out. There's a push-pull motion and you get a good throwing motion. Remember to bring the opposite shoulder out on the throw so the other shoulder comes forward on a good follow-through, as this will add power to the shot.
Along with throwing the ball, you should know how to catch the ball. When it comes to catching the ball, it's critical to make sure you always have a target up so teammates have somewhere to pass the ball. To do this, get your stick out in front at about eye level. Take your top hand and slide it down so you have some reach and can make adjustments on the ball. This would depend on how far you are trying to pass the ball. When you're getting ready to catch the ball, you want to make sure you give with it and have soft hands.
One of the biggest skills in lacrosse is knowing how to dodge. There are many different dodges that you can learn. This dodge is called a face dodge. A face dodge allows you to protect the ball on the run without slowing down. One way you can do this is making a move or faking a pass or a shot with slight movement of your head and stick. Then take a jab step to one side or the other.
The roll dodge, you spin while on the move in order to protect the ball with your back. When within a 6 length of the defender, the dodger plants her right foot, pulls her stick hard across her face, protecting the stick with her shoulders, and explodes past the defender's right shoulder.
With a split dodge, you switch your hands on the run in order to protect the ball. You will want to use this dodge if your defender is squared up to you and not forcing you in a certain direction. Start to attack the one side of your defender, and when they open up their hips, switch your hands across your body. You want to use your space, your shoulders, or your quickness for the switch so the defender cannot check your stick.
To win a game, you need to get goals, and to get goals, you need to be able to shoot. One shot you can do on a goalie that usually is the hardest to save is a bounce shot. The bounce shot is an advanced technique where a player fires an overhand shot so it bounces in front of the crease line. After you release the ball, your follow-through should be at the ground to make sure it gets that bounce.
Another big skill used to shoot is faking the goalie. When you're going to goal, you want to fake goalie one way and shoot in a different area. Visualize the cage divided up into 3 levels: high, middle, and low. In order to move the goalie opposite of where you want to shoot, you must fake on the level, then where you would like to finish your shot. An example would be faking high and shooting low, or faking your offside and placing it stick side middle.
ground ball pickups are huge game changers in lacrosse. When you're scooping up a ground ball, you need to check your hand placement on your stick. Your dominant hand should be all the way at the top of your stick, just under the head. And your non-dominant hand should be all the way at the bottom of your stick, right above the butt. As soon as the ball is scooped up into your stick, you want to make sure you cradle it quick to your face. This way, no one can check the ball out. Draw takers have to make a decision on where they would like to place the ball when taking the draw. They can win it to themselves, send the ball down the 50-yard line, send the ball onto their offensive end, or purposely lose the draw. In order to make these decisions, you must figure out what is or isn't working on the first couple of draws of the game. Once you get a feel for where the ball has been going most of the time, then it is important to communicate with your teammates and tell them where you would like them to stand so you can try to win the ball in the most efficient way possible.
Because the ball does not always go to the same place on the draw, it is important for everyone on the field to be in a good position to get the draw. Getting a step in front of your opposition and boxing out allows you to put yourself closer to receive the ball when it comes near you. It also creates an open space for one of your teammates to run through and pick up the ball. It is important in lacrosse for an offensive player to gain position of their defender to successfully move the ball up the field. This one-step motion demonstrates and teaches the player to box out their defender and grab the ball in the air. So we have Rose Woodburn here.
Hi guys.
She's a senior on the team.
Yeah, I've been playing since 3rd grade.
What's your favorite thing about playing, Rose?
I just like the joy that it brings me. Every time I try to catch a ball and then drop it, I know that the next one I'll get, and I know that my teammates will just always be there.
Can you tell us a little about the skills of lacrosse?
Yeah, so it's definitely a very good thing if you can play with your left hand. I can't. I've never learned how to in my 10 years of playing, but that would be a good thing to do. Learning how to cradle is good.
So you play defense.
I do, yeah.
What are some things you need to know how to do while playing defense?
Well, I get burnt a fair amount of times.
Can you explain that lingo?
Okay, burnt. So it's when they're coming in for like a fast break, and this is like the 8, and goal's right here.
Okay.
So I'll be like here, and then she'll be coming in, and I'll like try to like get her to one side, and she'll just run around me.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
burnt.
Okay.
I get that a fair amount of times during the game. So like usually, good players will break down and like, go really fast, try to run beside them, have their arms out and guide them to where they want them. But I haven't really mastered that yet, but I'm hoping in my last game tomorrow, or our first playoff game tomorrow, I could try to do that more.
Good. Do you think your team has a lot of faith in you as a defender?
They do. I don't want to brag, but I did get voted MVP for defenders this year at my banquet. There's not, a lot of defenders out there. Hannah has a broken ankle, so obviously it's hard for both her and Nancy, she's Nancy. But yeah, I was really glad to receive that. So yeah, I think a lot of faith.
And what are your plans for continuing your lacrosse career next year?
I will definitely be having daily passes with my roommate, maybe forcing her, just putting a stick in her hand every day and just really trying to do some wall ball, maybe even. Haven't made the team, but I'll try to walk on to the Penn State's D1 team. I'll try that. Or be manager, ball girl or something like that.
All right, any quotes to leave your fans with? All right, that's Rose Woodburn for you folks. Now that you understand the rules, go grab a stick and try it out.